All right, welcome to Lab 6. This is very similar to a previous lab, right? But we are going to add classes to the mix. So this is all about rational numbers again, but with classes. So you're pretty much going to copy and paste everything that you did in your last lab. You're just going to, instead of having two separate number variables to represent the numerator and the denominator of a fraction, we're going to have one big class that holds both at the same time, which is nice. So get the starter code. You have these three files. They look pretty similar to the previous lab. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to implement rational.cpp. That will be the implementation of the rational class defined in rationals.h. So definitely look at that first. And I guess we should go there. Let's do that. So let's look at the header file. And here's what it looks like. So every rational number has a numerator and a denominator as member variables. That's quite nice. And then here are the other things. We have a constructor, a toPrettyString method, and we have a plus operation on rationals. We have a times operation on rationals. That's the one from before. Plus is the new one. And then here's your simplify. This is going to be a private method because we don't want the user to be able to simplify fractions. We always want to give them back the simplified fraction after we do something. So we're not going to let them call it. We're going to call it ourselves. Okay? So that's simplify. And this is the rational number class in total. Hopefully that makes enough sense. So in rationals.cpp, you're going to mostly copy and paste what you've done before. A lot of it's very similar. You're going to need to initialize the rational number, though, using a constructor. So this constructor is going to take two numbers. You should set numer and denom based on those numbers. And that is your constructor's implementation. toPrettyString, same as last time. Use your numer and denom to make a fancy string. Star, same as last time. It's the multiplication operator. Take yourself and the other rational number, multiply them together, give back a new rational number with the correct numerator and denominator. This is just a stub right now. Of course, 0, 0 is not always the answer. Addition on rational numbers. You take yourself and another rational number and you add them together. Here's how you do that. A over B plus C over D. Remember that you have to find a common denominator. That's such a hard word to say. So that's necessary, and so you'll have to calculate it this way and then simplify, of course. Okay? So that's what plus is going to do to you, and then you are ready to run some tests. Okay? So I have made 3 tests for you in the test.cpp file. Get them to pass. That's what it should look like. All these things, and so here are the tests. It's making rational numbers based on those things, multiplying them together, testing that, adding them together, testing that, making sure the toPrettyString gives back the right thing in each case. That is the test that I have given you. And then once you get those passing, you can add 2 more of your own. So you can do something similar to the tests that you wrote last time, or make some new ones. So that is your final step. So once you get my tests passing, write 2 of your own tests. So in total, you should see passed 5 times on your program's output, and that is all. Then you have 100%. Okay, so because you've changed rationals.cpp and test.cpp, you're not allowed to touch the header file. Because you changed those 2 files, those are the ones you'll turn in. Okay, so that is what you will give to the autograder, and that is that. So that's your Lab 6. A lot of copying and pasting from the previous one, but it's a new way of thinking about rational numbers as objects of a rational class. All right, so that is everything that I wanted to say here. Please yell at me if you have any questions.